All right, everybody, just a quick break, and we're getting back into the next series. We were kind of talking up this matchup already because both of these teams are hungry for competitive Halo. We got Ranked Gang, we got that duo of Bob and Frag Out alongside Woozy, and honestly, Rix really impressed us in that first series, but they're going up against Proton Gaming, this top 12 team from HCS Charlotte. Mikowski, what do you think of this matchup?
This is the moment where we find out if Rank Gang is ready to take the next step, and maybe even for Proton Gaming to not get slept by a team that maybe is regarded as a little bit of an underdog. As we hop on board here with Haynes. God, I love Haynes. He's got illustrious, luscious long hair and that long gun of the shock rifle in his hand as well.
Now, Haynes, I don't know. I saw March 1st that he retired, but he's out here playing. So whatever the story is, we're happy to see him competing. And oh my goodness, imagine if he wasn't here to give us that shock rifle double kill.
Yeah, I don't know. Haynes looking mighty active in the feed and on our screen. Beautiful shots there. 4-0. Looking for the killing spree. He's going to earn it. We're not casters cursing anymore, Magic. We're casters blessing here as Aids popping off with the first 5 for his team. Hasn't died yet, and at this rate, he's looking to not only hold on to that shock rifle, but the oddball as well. There's the caster's curse. Bob takes him down from behind, but oddball still in favor of Proton Gaming. This is the type of milk you're looking for in the early goings. Perfect right there at that 30-second mark. Throw the oddball out, play the oddball, get a couple more slaves, and grab it and milk again.
Oh, there comes the break from Bob, and now the shock rifle in his hands. Woozy trying to stay alive, ducking back and forth, and honestly coming out with a trade counts as a win, especially when you take down Haynes, who has already been popping off right out of the gate. And now it's Bob's turn to fry with shock rifle.
Both of these two teams showing up here early. Daylight savings, they woke up early. An hour or two ahead of time, as it looks like Bob equally as ready as we saw Haynes was with that shock rifle. As he's eventually going to trade out there. That's a big trade there from Posey because the shock rifle goes down. Breaking shot now. The last player alive with camo up. This is crucial. He's got a tall task ahead of him if he wants to prevent his team from going 3-4 down again. But look at this. Despite being the only player alive, Breaking Shot has enough defense, enough pressure, enough damage to earn his team that camo. Unbelievable play.
It was a huge play, and I love just the, like, there's no ego there, right? Because he was the stalwart defender of camo, but he lets his teammate Posey pick it up so that he can go get slays, and now picking up the objective. Honestly, Breaking Shot really doing everything for his team right now. Posey on the hunt. He has 3 grapples to work with. He has found his target. He takes down Rex. He makes it look easy. And now quickly locking on to the next attack. He gets there in the nick of time to take down the second kill and keep his teammates alive.
Oh, wow. And I love the decision making here from Posey.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, the comms there, the decision making, so good from Proton Gaming. Let's recount. Posey had that camo and knows if he's gonna grapple anywhere, he's gonna reveal his location, but he didn't care because he had the comms from his teammates to know that players were weak around that gold area as he took 2 down. But as we now see Rix taking 2-3 down for Proton Gaming, so this one's going back and forth, but still, I love that play there with camo from Posey.
Smart heads up play, and it's one thing to get the camo, it's another to make the smart plays to utilize it. And we see a little bit of a lead now from Proton Gaming, but Ranked Gang are right in this fight. They're only 13 seconds of objective time down. For Proton Gaming, they look pretty comfortable right here. Breaking Shot cleared out half of the map single-handedly, and now doing some initial damage on that crossfire. Ranked Gang are trapped back at that seaside spawn, and they need to decide if they're going to push glass or if they're going to rotate all the way over to elevator and have to work their way through Breaking Shot. But look at this. Proton Gaming, they're bringing the fight to them. Not happy to sit back and play passive defense. They are sending on the offensive force.
Posey looking like DD Sam in the Honda Fan Cup 1v1, zipping and zinging through the glass and gold area with that grapple hook. And now he's got the oddball to work with as well, and he's rotating it here to C. So my God, Posey, how many big brain plays you got for us today?
I love to see Posey popping off. Active military member. Met him at Force Con, and just a very smart, very competitive player. Watching him at Charlotte, he was so locked into his screen all throughout the open bracket, and it paid off as Proton were able to break through. But right now, their offensive push is not breaking through. They're shut down, and Fragout didn't even play the ball. You would think that that player grappling through would break the hold, but a good heads-up play there from Ranked to not give up oddball control.
Risky, maybe even almost a little desperate there from Fragout, but the lead was enough to, I think, play for that not play ball, oddly enough, as we still see matches going down. And that might have been the moment you would have wanted to, as all four go down for Rank Gang. Proton gonna put the finishing touches, and yeah, Magic, you could hold that oddball at the edge and not play it once. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, not play ball twice, shame on you. As looks like Proton will secure that first round, and that was a highly contested round, a very fast round of oddball at that. This one's not looking like the snow stats 15 to 20 minute average we see for oddball. This one might end in underneath that, as we see a high-paced, action-packed round one.
Quick action, and we expected no less from these two teams. Both of them are hungry. Both of them have that weight on their shoulders of something to prove. Now for Proton Gaming, they have their sights set on breaking top 8. But it starts here in the open series, building up momentum, building up team confidence, and hopefully building up points as well to help you out for seeding for the upcoming events. And right now, they starting off strong, but Ranked Gang are not giving them anything for free. I love the fight coming out from these underdogs.
Looks like we got a little bit of a delay in the action, not going straight into round 2, so I want to take that time to thank the lovely members of the community. We got Dark Lord of Science with their first gifted sub in the channel. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. And we had another resub as well. I just want to call you out. Thank you for your face. I might have missed it. No, there it is. Epic Zorm. Epic Zero with the 5 months as well. Thank you guys for all the support.
Oh, we love to see it. Unfortunately, I have to be the bearer of bad news. We had the Observer crash, unfortunately, mid-game, so we do know that that first round of Oddball went to Proton Gaming, but we don't have an Observer in the game to see how round 2 carries through.
Unfortunate scenes there, but hey, what are you gonna do? You gotta play the cards you're dealt. Not sure if any of these players are streaming from either side, but yeah, wow, what a highly contested round 1. We had Proton getting that first 30 seconds of milk, and this is gonna look like they were gonna build on that, compound on it. Rank Gang got back in it. I believe you said at one point down just 10-13 seconds at the midway mark, around the 50-second mark for each team. So Rank Gang brought it back, and then Proton with another 30 seconds of milk, separated a little too far on that rotation from the top glass side over to blue, as Rank Gang were able to hold for a little bit, but not long enough. Oh my God, look at this. Clutch. LVT Halo finds the stream, and we got Posey. Thank you for streaming this. Love it.
Love to see it. And we did also have Bop, so if you want to catch it from the opposite side, from the side of Rank Gang, Bopster is streaming as well. So we actually had options for how to get some eyes on this game, which is an amazing thing for us to have. But it's Posey once again with the camo. You were calling out his smart heads-up plays with camo in round number 1. Can he do more of the same right here?
Yes.
What was it, Mikowski, that really impressed you on that camo run?
Well, even just right now, right now, Posey allowed the first 2 shots to go into his opponent from his teammate, waited to shoot the next 2 shots to minimize the amount of time that he would be revealed to his opponents. Posey, absolutely big brain. And when you talk about this level of competitive Halo, it's not always about the kill death ratio. It's not always about taking more damage than you.
Look at the objective time.
It's about the OBJ, exactly. And
They're
smart plays like that from Posey are why we see this unbelievable. We saw a highly contested round 1, but now Proton running away with it, up 90 seconds. Oh my God.
Yeah, nice.
Proton Gaming had that first round bye, so maybe they just needed the first round of Oddball to find their footing, because right now it's 94-4. Almost all of that objective time from 1 hold, at least for as far as we caught here on the broadcast. And now they're just looking for a slay or 2. They already have 1. There's a second. That might be enough to grab those final seconds. And it's Posey once again making the smart play, milking the clock for 2 more seconds, as Proton in round 2 were almost untouched.
Wow, unbelievable. And woo, we talked about the levels to this. Maybe Proton is too much for this ranked gang squad. As they look really convincing there in that game one. Like we said earlier, round one, pretty highly contested, but round two, almost a perfect skunk 100-0. Instead, 100-4 for Proton as they take the easy early 2-0 win in game one, and now move on to game two in Empyrean, where things could really snowball.
But we saw Ranked Gang on Empyrean, that game one in the previous series, which was a capture the flag. I'll warn that, but you better watch out because Rix came out of that game with that 15.0 KDA, including a frenzy mid-game. So if Rix can pop off in game number two, we might be looking at a tied series. But Proton Gaming are not going to make themselves easy targets. They've been together as a team throughout this season, and so I think that they're going to have a little bit of that advantage of just purely locked-in strategies and that kind of cooperation, chemistry, and coordination that a team of four that has played together is going to bring to the table.
Yeah, and you bring up a great point, Magic. That was one of the things I noticed as well in that last game was that Rix, not the slaying performance we saw in the previous series, and he was the main objective player for his team as well. Might need to see a little bit of a role reversal here if this ranked squad is here to stay and here to move on to the next round. Real quick, want to shout out Onset, one of the most goated casters we have in the esports and gaming community with the 5 gifted. Thank you for that, you legend. Great job on the Charlotte cast. We hop on board here. Game 2, Haynes, what do you got?
Haynes is going to show us what he's got coming out of retirement, quote-unquote retirement, to play here today. We saw the shock rifle play, so watch out if Haynes can get the sniper in his hands. Right now, he's going to rotate back to long haul, just milking his life because it's all about Slayer and playing it safe. But it's Common right now with the sniper. We didn't see much from Common in game one, but he is not waiting long to get things fired up in game two.
And I believe it was the game 2 where Rank Gang ran away with it. It might have even been on Empyrean, where this is what it looked like for Rank Gang previously. Now we see Proton with the 7-0. And if we were playing basketball on the blacktop, this would be a skunk 10-0 lead here for Proton, wiping the floor with Rank Gang.
Oh no, this is not the Ranked Gang we saw from the previous series. They're in trouble right now as the kill count keeps climbing for Proton. It's a 12-0. Breaking Shot trades out melees and almost a point for Ranked Gang off of team fire there. But Proton are able to stay alive and keep on building on that lead, 14-0. Common firing shots across. They have the spawn trap in place. Ranked Gang are pushed back into long haul and into that Needler corner. Finally, the first 2 kills as they try to break out of that spawn trap.
And at least for a brief moment, Magic, we were able to theorize. Is this going to be a 50-0? My goodness, 15 though. Sounds like 50. 15 unanswered on the board for Proton Gaming. One of the best starts you'll ever see in HCS Team Slayer. As we look on, as we hop back on board here with Haynes, trying to keep the momentum rolling. He goes down. As we see Rank Gang bounce back a little bit, but they're still down that 15 initially. Wow, this is unbelievable from Proton.
Yeah, they might be matching kill for kill, but you go 15 down, and all that Proton has to do is hold that speed. They went from 0 to 100 real quick, but if they can hold that 100 miles per hour, even trading kills here on out, is going to be a 15-point lead at the end of the day. But they're adding to that kill count. Here comes Breaking Shot. Needler Fire has him weakened, but he does not stop. He lines up shot after shot, and no killing frenzy for Rix as he goes back to the black screen.
And this is just going to keep rotating left and right, left and right. Mauler spawn, sword spawn, Mauler spawn, sword spawn. Is this going to be like a carousel? A deadly one. The one you don't want to hop on at the mall. As 2 go down for Proton. A chance here for Rank Gang to, with numbers, push up, but just like that, Common able to sneak away towards the middle of the map with that overshield. But Rank Gang does a great job taking it down quickly, but Magic, is it enough?
I have a question. What kind of crazy malls did you go to as a child, Mikowski? With deadly carousels? I'm concerned.
I watched the last episode of Last of Us. No spoilers after that. So that was what that was in reference to. Hope you guys are enjoying the show on HBO Max. Love watching that with the fiance. Good stuff. As we see great stuff here from Proton.
Great play coming through, 33-11. That 15-point initial lead now extended to 20+. 22 make it as Posey unscathed off of a clean pickup. But it's Haynes with a sniper. We saw the shock rifle plays in the last match. If he can line up a headshot, watch out. But the push comes in close quarters. Pretty much the only way you're going to be able to take him down. Credit to Rix on that win, as he has 4 sniper rounds left to work with in a 20-point deficit.
Rix, the standout player for ranking, trying to get up off the floor here and just simply stand on 2 feet, as it's been a rough going for him and his squad here in this series against Proton. We kind of teed it up how much more difficult this match was going to be than the previous one for ranking. We asked, would they be up to the challenge? It looks like they might need a few more scrims, practice sessions, and VOD reviews if they're going to figure it out. But as we see, they've got the gunny, they've got the gun skill. These are great players here for ranking. So this is really more about Proton and their great teamwork, communication, cohesion, chemistry, all that in favor of Proton here, as ranking still has a few things to work out.
Breaking Shot gets the double kill on long haul, and Bob is left scrambling for his life. The plasma pistol, my personal favorite weapon to use on this map, is in hand. Watch out for that green gun. Bricks is laying down cover fire. He has Breaking Shot and Haynes both weak. Meanwhile, it's Woozy on the opposite side, coming out with a double kill, staying alive. And that's the important thing right now for Ranked Gang. They can't afford to trade out on these fights. They need to win outright and then find a way to milk their own lives.
Yeah, and they've done a good job, but even then, it's still just been that trade. If anything, they've actually slipped a little bit. So this has just been clockwork here, as they're right around that 14 kill deficit. That's the 15-0 start we saw for Proton. They've just been riding that wave ever since.
Yeah, I know there was a minute there was like a 22-point game for Proton, so we do see ranking with, you know, a little bit of a fight back, a little bit clawing their way, but again, it was that 15-0 initial start that has been their downfall. So even finding even footing, it's going to be too little too late. There's still 10 kills left for Proton Gaming. Haynes on the long haul side, but can we take a second to look at Breaking Shot's stat line? 19 and 6, make it 20 and 6. 20 in a team, Slayers going off Breaking Shot, and he's trying to add one more. It's the sidekick as the main Slayer.
Yeah, Breaking Shot with nearly half of his team slay in this match. And, you know, Magic, if he was the only one on Proton, he'd actually be in a pretty close game here on Empyrean CTF. Wow, unbelievable here from Breaking Shot. And we talk a lot about Carmea. We talk a lot about Barcode. Neuronical. There's a lot of up-and-coming young Halo players in the scene. We need to start putting some respect on Breaking Shot's name.
Breaking Shot showing us what he can do in this game, is really leading the charge for this Game 2 victory. I do have to credit, though, not a stake-tacular.
Absolutely.
Opening stages was a runaway Slayer game.
It's actually, honestly, it's really important to note, Magic, because that is incredible that this ranking squad was able to pull themselves up off their bootstraps. Just you got to imagine the mental battle. Screw the battle going on with the gunfights in this game, too. It's the mental battle of being down 15-0 and having enough resolve and just respect for yourself to bounce back and not make it a stake-tacular. So despite the pretty convincing win for Proton, still got to give a little respect for Rank Gang for putting up a good fight.
Absolutely a good fight, especially in the later sections of that game, but it's very reminiscent of the previous series, right? And sometimes open series looks like that, where a series looks pretty one-sided and you're just looking for a team to be able to stay in the fight or match kill for kill. But now Ranked Gang, they're almost having reversed what they did in round 1 to Regulators is being delivered right back at them, almost in kind.
Isn't that wild? Because you're exactly right, Magic. This is exactly
levels.
This is literally what it looked like in the previous series, but it's a reversal of fortune, as now Ranking is up against it, down 0-2 as we head to a game 3 here on Argyle CTF. Love the theater shots again from LVT. This is a new season, Magic. So not only do we have new players, new weaponry, new sandbox, new maps, but we got new B-roll as well from LVT. You'll love to see it.
I love the whole production team here. Everyone working behind the scenes, including Taylor giving us the stats, Nighty on Observer, and of course Brandon as the producer himself, always finding ways to elevate the game, elevate this show to the next level. And thank you guys for staying tuned and watching this Halo action as the fight breaks out. It's game number 3. It's do or die if Rage Game want to find their footing in the upper bracket here of this open series. We know they want to. This is a tough test for them, and Proton Gaming really showed us in the early stages of game 2 with that 15-0 killing what Proton is ready to do in this series, and they're going to try to take down kill after kill. Posey with a nice takedown. Haynes has a sniper in hand as he tries to dip away, and he manages to survive holding on to that sniper.
2-2 even in the feed and death screen, as it looks like Haynes is going to work his way back to his base, play a little defense here with this sniper, and that body shot. Oh, it's going to be of the save variety, as Haynes would have gone down had he not landed the body. Clean up with the BR. Great job there from Haynes. We have Breaking Shot pushing up all the way into the other side of the map. And I saw Magic Breaking Shot went down very early here in game 3. And I really felt like the ranking, that was a huge takedown, because that is a player after putting up 22 in the Slayer you don't want to see pop off. So a great job neutralizing him early, as this one's not really found its form yet.
Honestly, Range Game are almost matching kill for kill. Now off of this slays, these round of slays, as 3 from ranking are hitting the respawn screen. We see Proton stealing some map position, but what a huge live if Breaking Shot can indeed regen his shield after being left at 1 shot. Posey at top mid with the sniper. That flag is on the way, and we talked about Argyle. It's all about segments or checkpoints, and it looks like Proton have passed 1, if not 2 checkpoints on the way to this first capture.
Proton past the 33, past the 66, only has 1 checkpoint left here at the 99% mark. Common with the flag in his hands. Will he be able to put it in here? Haynes playing great defense top mid, as Common will, in fact, off the defense from Haynes, put that flag in. Again, it goes to show Haynes going down there, but it's enough to score the flag. So it always goes to show kill death ratio not as important as you might think, despite the fact that Haynes has a 3.0. Goes down there, but does enough to earn his team the 1-0 lead.
Captures can be hard fought here on Argyle, so Proton putting the first flag capture on the board, setting themselves up for a potential 3-0 sweep. But it's Bop and Fragout working in perfect harmony here. As Fragout rotates the flag past, Bop fills in right behind, dealing out damage. Breaking Shot here as well is going to be a problem, though. It's Haynes credited with that kill, and this return is coming through very quickly. Proton stopped that run. Range Game not able to make it past the checkpoint.
Wow, Proton Gaming looking so strong off their back foot there. Had just about all 4 members in their base after scoring that flag, sending a few offensive players back to the respawn screen and back to the back of the spawn, as Haynes was one of those players, but off the respawn, he's earned 5 in a row. Killing spree, 11-2 on the scoreboard, absolutely popping off. But like we said earlier, I don't even want to so much highlight the 11-2. It's the fact that Haynes is getting all the right kills at all the right time and places, as of course Caster's Curse, he'll eventually die as well.
Haynes is taken down, but you know, I'm so glad you shouted out that stat line, because honestly it had kind of gone by me, right? Haynes was getting kill after kill, and I wasn't even keeping up with it. The fight goes down at top mid. It looks like Camo is just 10 seconds away. Bop is left on the run. I think he's receiving fire from both sides. Snipers are going to be spawning in at the same time as that Camo. You got to choose which one you're going to go for. Bop does not have opportunity here to make a move for the Camo. In fact, I think it was just grappled away. It's gone.
And this is, to me, Magic, when I look at the composition of a good roster, especially from a GM's viewpoint, this is a good squad here in Proton. Jagged Cloud, the Proton's organization, should be very proud of the roster they put together, especially being an unpartnered team. It's so hard to put a team like this together and rise out of the open bracket to place top 12 like we've seen Proton do. But the reason I feel this way, Magic, is because we saw Breaking Shot with 22 kills in that last Slayer game. Everyone's wondering, is he going to carry it on? You almost expect him to carry it on here in this game, but he doesn't. He goes the exact opposite way. 4 and 6 now on the board, but it's Haynes who picks up the mantle, almost like a baton in a track race. That's really, when you look at a team composition, you got to have guys who can grab the baton. That's one of the reasons FaZe is so strong. Optic are so strong is because when one player pops off, maybe doesn't follow through or roll through with a great game afterwards, APG picks up for Lucid, Frosty picks up for Renegade, and now we see Haynes picking up where Breaking Shot left off. And I know that seems a little ridiculous to put those players in the same name and light, but when you look at it from a composition standpoint, just neutrally, that itself, this Proton squad is very well put together.
I love that analogy, and I absolutely agree that any player having the ability to carry or pop off when needed creates a strong team of 4. And right now it's been all Haynes, including attempting a little bit of a speed grapple for that flag pickup with a little bit too much verticality to grab the flag on the way, but has still crossed over that 66% mark and now closing in. Posey with the crossfire. He has Rick's low, and he's also just stalling. He's stopping that line of attack, so this capture should go through. It does go through, and now Ranked Gang need to try to mount a counter cap. They have some position in the back of Proton's base.
But it's Breaking Shot looking to make sure that the defenses don't break as he earns the kill on Woody. You got to stop that at the checkpoint, Bob. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200 because you're going to die if you don't play the process. If you don't stop at the 1, 2, and 3 checkpoints on this map, there is no chance that you will score.
We got deadly merry-go-rounds and carousels. We got deadly games of Monopoly. You got to watch out. There's death lurking around every corner, and it's Common right now with, look at the ammo, 11 rounds. He has both snipes in hand. And so he sits back and covers.
And look at how far they were able to get the flag despite really not playing any processes, not even playing for any slays. They still got it to the 50% mark. Magic, I have to imagine, had they stopped it at the 33 and 66% check marks, they would have had a chance to score. Instead, that flag only gets to the halfway mark. Not enough for ranking as Proton continues to look strong.
Yeah, that flag reset had like 3 different lines of fire, and that's why the reset
really
can come through as Proton Gaming clutch up on the return, holding on to that 2-0 lead, and now it's Bob that they have to deal with. 3 go down for Proton. Ranking have the numbers, they have the map positions, they have the power weapon. Bob trying to hold on to top mid. You might see Common down to his right in the bottom of the base. Common either overextending here for the pickup or maybe being that last line of defense as Bob is taken down.
Checkpoints so crucial as we see Proton playing the checkpoints. This is one of those checkpoints, but it looks like the return will go down instead. Common putting that flag back, Breaking Shot at 9 and 12. It's been Haynes taking the slaying mantle here, being the leading player, and this is a crucial moment in the match. Magic, 4 minutes left, 2 minutes for each score to potentially tie it, and you've got 2 snipers and a camo coming up top mid. This is an opportunity here for Rank Gang to bring it back.
I just want to shout out Common's smart play there. He didn't go for the counter flagpole because they have that 2-0 lead. They don't need a capture. He just wanted to stop that flag, and pulling the enemy's flag was going to reveal his position. Instead, he lurked until the exact right moment to strike. Gets that flag reset, keeping Ranked Gang at 0. But it's frag out now with almost like a distraction type flagpole. He's using it as bait, relying on his sniper to get the slays and try to clear a path, but he doesn't connect on the first 1, 2, 3 snipe shots are not gonna hit their mark. And once again, it's Common with the clutch play.
Common with the clutch play and the sniper out. And like you said, Magic, he'll elect to just sit here, play defense. He's got the 1 and the 2 insurance scores to make this a pretty comfortable lead for Proton, especially when you look at the fact that flags are so hard to come by on this map. You don't have the, let's say 50% check mark like you would on Aquarius. You really do have 3 of those here on Argyle, which sometimes require 3 team wipes. So Rank Gang gonna have to pull some slaying out that we haven't quite seen from them yet. Instead, it's been Breaking Shot on the other side with the double. Doesn't land that sticky triple, but trading out here is a win condition for Proton.
Oh, cheeky little corner with the sniper, his frag out, and then bunny hopping over the ledge, going for a flag grab. They have a bit of numbers, but no, breaking shot jumps down right behind, gets the back smack, stops that flag run in its tracks.
Wow, breaking shot. I love me some breaking shot. My goodness, had a chance
breaking backs right now.
Yeah, he's breaking everyone's heart is what he's just absolutely on fire. And in his first year, he's one of those rookies. Who knows? This is a dark horse for Rookie of the Year, but I'm going to throw him in the ring. Clip it. Show it to me in 8 months when I'm right, and he's in the final top 3 runnings for Rookie of the Year because breaking shot is breaking out.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You know, Mikowski's right on that native white top 4 early prediction, so watch out. He knows what he's talking about with breaking shot in the contest for Rookie of the Year. This game is all but over. 1:40 on the clock, a 2-capture lead for Proton. Haynes at top mid with the sniper. He's going to find Ricks. Doesn't land the first shot. Going to double round. Actually, no, he just tosses the snipe off the map. He says, you know what? I'm not winning this battle, but I'm not going to let you have the power weapon either.
Yeah, I love that play, especially when you look at the lead for Proton. Just keeping snipers out of the hands of ranked gang is a win condition for them, and that's what you do with the lead, Magic. You start to build more win conditions that would not be there if you were down. There's so much tone and so much pacing that comes with being ahead or behind, as we see Proton ahead for the majority of this series. Ranked gang coming off a series where they look prime for a potential upset on Proton, but no, with Haynes returning after that retirement press conference. Was really devastated to see that he had retired, but maybe just in his post-event feels. Always get a little sad leaving HCS, even if you win, right? Just because it's so great and it's so fun to see all your friends and all the people that share that common bond that is Halo. So maybe just shook off the post-event blues and hopping right back into the driver's seat. 20-14 in this match. A flag score as well. Haynes is on fire.
Haynes is definitely a player that I want to see continue competing. He makes so much. Proton Gaming is just one of those teams that's really like pulls on your heart, right? Like they're the epitome of underdog story. They're in the fight. You know, you can almost hear the Rocky music playing as they go into battle after battle. And so I would love to see Haynes stick around with this Proton Gaming squad and see if they can make that push for potentially even top 8 after the top 12 finish that they received at Charlotte. Maybe it wasn't what they wanted, but it's a great position for them to build off of.
Well, and here's an important thing to note too. This next event, the Dallas event, is an invitational. The DreamHack Dallas event only includes the top 16 teams. I gotta think that if Proton can get into that top 16 echelon, which they're already at, I think they might even fare better in a tournament like that, right? Because
explain that. Because they don't have to fight through that open bracket?
Exactly, because they don't have to. It's like Will Ferrell in Step Brothers, like fighting all the kids on the playground. That's essentially what Proton is in the open bracket. Will Ferrell gonna win that fight against a bunch of 10-year-olds, but he's gonna get pretty tired afterwards. Now, going into DreamHack Dallas, Proton can go right, toe to toe with the likes of their peers, the likes of players that are on their level, not waste any of that energy, instead put it all into almost like a railgun beam of electricity and energy at their opponents that are all, like I said, the best teams in the world. I think Proton is right there with it. So I think that type of a format might favor a team like Proton.